What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Ivan. Welcome to the Ivan Review. This is my first movie review ever, and it's a doozy of a movie to start with. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is obviously about Mr. Rogers, and it's really amazing how they wrote this movie because you've got Tom Hanks, who, by the way, is one of the best actors of our generation, but you also have this story about a reporter. And it's not a side story. This is the main story of the movie. This is him here struggling with a relationship with his father. And it's incredible how they write this. I was expecting to come into this movie kind of more it being based on Mr. Rogers, right? It's not. It's based on this reporter and his experiences interviewing Mr. Rogers and writing a piece on him. And how doing that and finding the influence that Mr. Rogers has on him changing his life. And it's incredible. I've only seen one other movie this year that really made me give it a 10 out of 10, and it's a complete stark difference from this movie. It was The Joker, and I haven't done a review on that. This is the first review I've ever done, but I just thought it was interesting how two stark different movies can rank so high in my review. This movie made me super emotional. I grew up on Mr. Rogers. I watched him as a kid. Absolutely loved everything about the show. The show really changed my life. And this movie took me back really far, really hard. And Tom Hanks does an amazing job as Mr. Rogers. I cried like a baby. This movie does a lot more than make you emotional, though. It's one of those movies where after you watch it, you go home and you realize that there are things that you need to change about yourself. For me personally, it was communication and making sure that I am telling others how I feel. And that's actually a really easy theme to pick out in the movie. They actually mention that by word. But I absolutely loved that it made me feel that way. Not a lot of movies can. So, overall, I give A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood a 10 out of 10. Easily a 10 out of 10. I can literally name nothing wrong with this movie. The acting is amazing. The story is fantastic. It's inspired on a true story, which makes it even more inspiring. And Tom Hanks, again, is fantastic as Mr. Rogers. He does a great job. I honestly forget that I'm watching Tom Hanks. I felt like I was watching Mr. Rogers. And they don't look exactly alike, but it doesn't matter. That's how good of a job that he does. Another thing that I really loved was that the main story, the fact that it wasn't about Mr. Rogers, doesn't bother you. You get caught up in the story very easily, and Mr. Rogers being there is like a little extra cherry on top and every time that like he shows up in the story, and it's amazing. But yeah, guys, that's my review. This is kind of a really rough, I don't know, way of doing reviews. I'm trying to give an emotional side to it, not just a robotic, all that stuff. I don't want to give spoilers or any of that, and I don't think I did here, but let me know what you think of this format. I'd rather have it like this, where it's really raw and emotional. I'm giving you my real impressions here. Again, there's not many movies this year. Really, there's only been 2 movies, this one and The Joker, that have really impressed me. But, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the review, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'm gonna steal a quote here. Won't you be my neighbor? Remember to treat everyone around you with kindness and love and respect. That's what I took away from this movie most. Again, thanks, guys. Have a good one.